Hey everybody, it is Elson932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 4 of Love is Blind Ohio. We are in the trenches of it all, okay? People are still making decisions between 1 and 2. So let's get into it. Couple pictures are going to be right there, okay? So we start the way we ended episode 3 with Emma and Connor. Now, Emma was talking to him like, hey, I want to, continue to explore this. And he's like, yeah, this morning, his other date gave him a gut punch. It really got to him deeply. Emma said, you know what? That's a sign. Don't worry. Don't worry about it. Don't be sorry. Bye, Connor. And I was like, dang, that was quick, Emma. The song they play is All I Want Is Someone to Get Me Until I'm Not Settling. Until then, I'm not settling. Women's Lounge, they hug her. She breaks down crying. And that was, an emotional moment. Next up, we see Devontae and Brittany. She checked in about his emotions, about his grandfather. Remember, he found out that his grandfather has passed away. She talks about her workout and how the pods, help him help because he won't know that she's really sweaty over here. I thought that was cute. That was funny. Now, he said his dad had left when he was 3 or 4 and passed away when he was 18. He said somebody, asked him if he had a good game after the game in passing. And his mom said later, did you talk to someone? He's like, yeah, some guy, said good game. And he didn't know that was his dad. Okay. Now, he said he did have moments of thinking if his father ever wanted him. But he's had therapy and, kind of got over that emotionally. Now, she does mention she's in a season of celibacy. That's interesting. I would have loved to hear more of their conversation on that. But they both laugh and talk and chill about tingling feelings. And I'm like, this wasn't the time for a joke. I wanted to hear about her season of celibacy. That would have been a good conversation. Next, we see Jessica and Chris. It's quick. He proposes. She said yes, and both lounges celebrate. Emma doesn't want to go on a date with her second choice, but she will regret not trying. Okay, Emma? Put a pin in what she just said. Emma and Mike, her second choice. Emma says, my second choice just ended it with me. Lies, lies, lies. Emma, we just heard you say Connor was your first choice. Now you come into Mike and say, oh, my second choice broke it off with me. But she did say, it was not a mutual decision. It was him breaking up with her. Okay. And she affirms Mike and her feelings for him. Mike says, you have been my number one since the beginning. He said he will ask her a serious question tonight. Okay, Mike. Okay. Next, we see Connor and Bree. He is pacing round and round that couch in his pod. I was like, daggone it, Connor, what's going on? She reads him a letter on how she feels about their journey. She thinks that he is her person. And he says, you are everything I asked for. Thanks for each and everything he likes about her. I like the way you do this. I like the way you talk about this. He talks each and everything. Then he proposes and she says, absolutely, let's go. I was like, okay, Bree, okay. In the women's lounge, Tyler is chatting with Christina about how she and Vic, not Vic, she and Vic have the same story, but they're just a different color. Remember, Christina and Vic are our first couple that got together. And, Tyler's just saying, hey, y'all are just two peas in a pod, just different color peas, okay? Seeing everyone makes her feel like she is deserving. She is worthy of love. This is what Tyler is saying. It's my time. I was like, okay, Tyler. Why are you measuring yourself up to other people, Tyler? Okay, we'll leave that right there. Next, we see Kevin and Kia. She gave him a watch. Now, y'all know how important a watch is to her because of her dad and time. So Kia says, that Kevin gets in his head a lot, and wearing this watch will help him understand, and it will make it may tell him that it'll take a few more ticks to get it right. Things will be what it will be. thought that was sweet. That was a sweet gift. And I was like, Kevin, you better not mess this up. Kevin says he's a simple guy taking care of him and his mom. He drives a beat up Chevy Cruze. She said she's loving it. I'm like, but ma'am, are you hearing him? Are you hearing what he's saying? Simple man, beat up Chevy Cruze. And now I understand why he doesn't want Tyler to move for him. Okay. He's like, I have a 1-bedroom. I don't have everything figured out. You're a phenomenal, amazing person and deserves the world. And Kia's like, yes, I do. I don't want a man that has it all. She wants kind, thoughtful, and, she's like, how he feels, she's like, hey, you are awesome. You are awesome because of how he makes her feel. Kevin said he learns what it means to love, and this has opened his eyes. She feels thankful. He gives her a gift of a basketball and she loves it. Okay. She absolutely loves it because she has a huge connection with basketball. I think she said she used to be a Cavalier girl. She used to be maybe a basketball cheerleader. That is very, very thoughtful of him. But he looks uncomfortable, y'all, when she was praising his gift. She loved it. And he looked like, well, it wasn't that big of a deal. You're doing, it's like, that's a lot. But he said he doesn't know if he is worthy of the love that the two people in here are giving him. I said, daggone it. He said he cares for her. She took it to a whole other level. He wants the best for everyone. Now, she was a bit dismissive. She was a bit like, okay. Yeah, that's okay. Okay. And she ended, she said, it ended for them to go. She was a bit dismissive when he was talking. Okay. And she was like, hey, we got to go through this process, and she want to go play with her new basketball. So she kind of ended it and kind of walked out of the pod. In the women's lounge, Tyler is talking about deserving a man, willing to take risks for her. And Tyler is giving me the notion of like, ladies, sometimes when you get into self-motivation and your motivation turns into a wall, like, I deserve this. I got to have it. I better have it. And then it becomes a wall that, you put up to the rest of the world. Now, Kia walks in with her gift. And that's where she says she used to be a Cavs girl. So basketball, it means everything, and this is a sweet gift. Tyler sees it, and y'all know how Tyler been, okay? Tyler done walked out before. She sees this and walks to her date looking mad. The song they play is Now or Never, and we see Tyler and Kevin. She said, I gotta say it because I ain't into this all secretive shh. I sit here every day, and that's my girl over there. Kia is my girl, and this sucks. You're focused on the wrong thing, Tyler. Focused on the wrong thing. She says she wants someone, to pick her and for her to be their undeniable choice. Now, he has 2 boxes in his pod, okay? He got 2 boxes in his pod, and I'm watching these gifts, and I'm like, dude, you may not get none of these gifts. Kia says it's hard, and I don't, Kevin says it's hard. I don't want to let anybody down. And Tyler's like, she needs today for him to only date her. Today. It was an ultimatum, y'all. Today. Kevin says she has been his top choice, and hearing her name lights him up. Okay, he's talking about the way he feels about her, and she cuts him off. She's like, I don't want to hear this speech again. So what you gonna do, Kevin? What you gonna do? He says, I'm choosing Tyler. You're now my girl. Yeah, you're choosing her under pressure, Kevin. You're choosing her under pressure. I don't like this. Now, he shares about their journey and goes on. And I'm like, dude, you're going to be pushed to your limits with this young lady. Okay. The song they play is It's a Wild Feeling. Now, she says she got to use the bathroom. She goes through the women's lounge. She tells Emma and Christina she got a boyfriend. That's before she checked out and said, is Kia around? They're like, no, she's not here. I got a boyfriend. She says she'll wait for him to tell Kia. That's the respectful thing to do. But it has to be today. Okay, has to be today. So she grabs some snacks from the ladies and goes back into the pods. And she says, "Hey, Kia could be laying out her engagement outfit right now. That's not cool. You should tell her." It sounds like manipulation, but he should. Okay? But you're pushing him in the direction you want him to go and what you want him to do. Kevin said he has strong feelings for both and this has been hard. And Tyler's like, "Why is that?" It was not very polite and open, and I just need to know what is going through Tyler's head at this moment. That's what I need to know. Okay? I need to know that. So Kevin said he didn't want someone that he had feelings for to leave. So I was like, interesting you should put it that way. Do you have abandonment issues that someone you love might leave? I'm wondering. I don't know Kevin. We don't know him. Okay. But that is very interesting for him to say. She asked if he had love for Kia. He says, "Love is a strong word, but they have bonded." She's like, "How could you tell me that when you just asked me to be your girlfriend?" I was like, hold up. And she is slapping her hand. "You just asked me to be your girlfriend." Tyler, are you okay? Are you okay? You trying to think that he ain't gonna have an ex outside that he had feelings for? I mean, come on, we're in this process. Could you be a little understanding? Kevin does go on to say, "Yes, I want you to be my girlfriend." That he might be swept away. I don't know why. I think Kevin is being swept away by Tyler's strong emotions and he doesn't want to disappoint her. He said, "This is not a game. This is our lives." Now she is leaning back on the couch. She is leaning all the way back. Her head is all the way back like, "I can't believe this is happening." He's like, "I want you." She's like, "I feel so dumb. My jaw is on the floor. How could you ask someone to be your girlfriend if you are not ready for engagement and everything?" He's like, "I feel ready." She's like, "I feel crazy." I'll leave that right there for you, Tyler. She's like, "Let me explain. I'm not spending the night in the hotel with this feeling. I'm not going to come back tomorrow." Again, she's giving him an ultimatum. And I know this scene is sliced and diced, and I think there's something we have not seen. Because I don't think Tyler's going to, I don't know Tyler, but what we've seen is going to jump straight into, "How you going to ask someone to be your girlfriend?" I think he said more that kind of ticked her off. Okay? So I'm going to leave that right there. She says her husband is not going to make her feel the way she's feeling now. He will have to spend the rest of his life making it up to her. If not, leave her alone. See, that's another ultimatum. I just said, Kevin, you're going to be making it up to her for the rest of your life. Yeah, I wouldn't sign up for this. There's no way I would sign up for this at all. No way. Now, he wants to walk through his feelings so that she understands, and she doesn't want to hear about his feelings for another person. But I'm like, that's the show, Tyler. It's understandable. It's like, "Hey, I don't want to hear about how you feel about Kia. Could we just focus on us?" But you have to know he's building a connection with Kia. Kevin said, "You are amazing." He wants to spend the rest of his life with her. And she's like, "Prove it." Excuse me? Tyler, where's the softer side? He said he gonna figure something out. She's like, "I'm not coming back without clarity." I don't know how to tell him. I don't know how you're gonna tell her, but figure it out. He says, "I will figure it out." She sounds like she is browbeating him, pushing him in a direction, and I didn't like it. It felt very much like, "You gonna do what I tell you to do. I ain't gonna figure it out for you, but you gonna do this." It was very much pushy. Okay? It's very much pushy. So in the woman's lounge, she said she's not getting on the bus tomorrow without clarity. And I understand that, but we don't know the filming demands or constraints. We don't know if he does have a time slot today to see Kia. See, that's the other thing. Tyler's telling him, figure it out today. Do it today. Did he have a date planned with Kia today? Because it sounded like he already had his date and is going to be, over for the day. How do you expect him to get to Kia to tell him tonight? Tell her tonight. It just seems like Tyler had a lot of requests and there was no way he was going to be able to, do it in her timeline. Now, Devontae and Brittany, She thanks him for being himself throughout this process. Is real quick. He proposes. She says yes. Then we see Jessica and Chris's reveal. She's almost running to him. Okay, that is a positive. She likes him. I'm not sure if he likes Jessica. I'm gonna say it. They are kissing and standing apart. She is pulling him closer for the kissing. And that's where I was like, ooh, is he overwhelmed or does he just not like what he sees? Now he keeps saying, wow, 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 while she is saying that he is gorgeous. He proposes again on his knee and she kisses him and says yes. She says, I love you. And he missed it the first time. Okay, I didn't hear him say it because their microphones are real strong. The second time she says it, he does say, I love you too. Then it's like, you look amazing. I'm like, do you really like how she looks? Do you really like how she looks? Come on now. Come on now. So they sit down and cuddle and talk. He finally warms up with his words and is saying, I'll remember this forever. This is amazing. You are amazing. He finally, I guess, like, oh, I got to say something. But she really, really, really like how he looks. And she feels so safe with him, after her divorce. And he cannot imagine being with anyone else. In the women's lounge, Emma feels Mike is the one. She did not think he would be the one, but he is still here. He is kind of like slow and steady. He's always been here. Now, Emma and Mike, we see their next date, and she says to open a gift to him. She leaves him a gift in his pod. They are letters. Apparently, every year on Christmas, her mom writes a summary of their year and give it as a gift. And he can read it and learn more about her family through her mom's words. He does read one letter. It's funny. It's engaging. I'm ready to meet Emma's mom. She seems amazing. Now, his mom is doing a scrapbook of his high school sports. And his gift to Emma was a scrapbook with Love is Blind on the front. He does like scrapbooking. And he said they can fill out the book together. He asked about gene testing. We can do gene testing because remember, Emma is concerned that she's adopted. She doesn't know her birth family or any genetic issues that she may be passing down to her child. Now, she does say that she can see a family with him. She's also scared because she's not fully financially secure since she's maxed out her credit cards. He's like, hey, a couple years ago, I maxed out my credit cards. There's nothing shameful about it. Ask your parents for help and they will help you. That's what family is for. And he is correct. I, though, Mike, need to know, how often are you asking your family to bail you out financially? I'm just asking, okay? How many times? He said he is okay with the question mark about kids, but he will try to sway her, but not too much, okay? No pressure, he says. The song they play is Anything Can Happen. Next up is the Connor and Bree reveal. He's 5'11" and 3/4. Don't forget them 3/4. Connor said, I'm 5'11" and 3/4. He does find her gorgeous, but not sure if she likes him. She talks about, oh my God, that's the wildest kiss, but y'all, he does not propose again. Okay? He just kneels and says, it's official. She's like, yeah, it's official. Yeah. Now, she demands that he come over to her side of the reveal so he can walk away from her. Is that an ode to something? Is he going to walk away in the future? Why did y'all leave that in their production? Okay. But she can't wait to see all of him with or without clothing. I was like, okay. But she does tell him, you are not medium ugly. Yikes. Remember, she said she gave medium ugly men chances before. Now, they do have good banter. She mentions his hands, are super sweaty, and she keeps on talking about it. And I'm like, girl, there's something else to talk about. Now, he feels like he can climb a mountain in this suit. He's feeling energized. This is awesome. And he wants her closer to him on the couch. Now, we see next Kevin, and he talks to the producers about there are different reasons that are pulling him to either woman. And he wants to be able to talk to Tyler about how he feels. And she makes him feel like she is the one. Now, Kevin is in the pods now, ready to talk to Tyler, say you are the one. It looks like he's ready to propose. He's like, hello, hello, hello. and there's no one there. And that is how they end episode 4. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.